Hello. I can think of 3 occasions in history when books have been deliberately burnt in great piles, or at least pulped. The first time is the invasion of Baghdad by the Mongols in 1258. The second time is the book burning by Hitler in Germany in the late 1930s. And the third time is last year, following the legislation in Russia against the promotion of LGBTQ plus sensibilities, the promotion of non-traditional lifestyles, and the destruction of any books and media that was written by or contained a promotion of such lifestyles. So, for example, books by Oscar Wilde. Book burning in all but name. Book burning in a 21st century way. This is completely deplorable. Books are the source of knowledge. That is our understanding, really globally. That is our global understanding, that we have great respect for books. For example, if you were to take the Quran, traditionally the Quran is placed at the top of the bookshelf, the highest point in the house. It's given pride of honor, particularly in an Islamic household. And there are so many libraries of great importance around the world that we respect. And one of the great disasters in history is the burning of the Library of Alexandria by Julius Caesar. A great act of savagery. So with that in mind, I think it is abhorrent, utterly abhorrent, that a Swedish far-right politician, Rasmus Paludan, should burn a copy of the Quran. And it's not the first time he's done it, it's the second time he's done it, so he has form. I find it extraordinary that senior Swedish politicians didn't take him to one side and have words with him, particularly as this is the second time he's done it. And it's had a dramatic effect on the plans for Sweden to join NATO. These are going to be blocked by the Turkish president. There are protests from Pakistan, from Saudi Arabia, and so on. It's not at all surprising. We need to find ways in the West to tolerate freedom of expression, to promote, actually to go further than just tolerating freedom of expression, to promote freedom of expression. But that comes with responsibility as well. Freedom of expression in film, in cartoons, in all forms of media should not necessarily be intended to offend and to trample on the sensitivities of particular groups. And I think, cartoons of the Prophet, book burning, and the promotion of blatant Islamophobia is insensitive and unworthy of civilization. This is not promoting the secular ideas of the West. It's often paraded as such. But the secular ideas of the West are built on the knowledge that we acquired through centuries of religion, through the development of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Islam has given us so much. And without Islam, the Western Renaissance would have been very slow in coming. But the EU is concerned about freedom of expression. The EU and Britain and America. So, for example, the US soldiers who were burning copies of the Quran escaped criminal charges. They escaped a trial. I don't understand how people can escape censure. Yes, I don't think people should necessarily be imprisoned But these actions should not be encouraged. We need to respect one another's sensibilities. Even if we don't share their religious beliefs, we should respect one another's sensibilities. And it's not as if we are ignorant of them. We understand them. And I think there's two reasons for this. Number one, that it's a basic call to civilized behavior to respect one's neighbor. But number two, if we want to confront more extreme and perverted forms of Islam, like, for example, Daesh, then we must take means to protect the religion and to respect its basic sensibilities. We need to be more responsible in our actions, in the media, in film, in public, and actively endorse the basic principles of parity for the people of religion, the people of the book, the people of peace, whether we are religious or not. I think there are limits to freedom of expression. And certainly in our country, in the UK, there are extraordinary limits placed on public protest. I think people who wanted to protest without clothes on would probably be arrested or moved on rather hastily. I think if people wanted to protest without getting permission from the police to do so first, they would be moved on and possibly even arrested. There are limits to public freedom of expression. But I think there's a second reason why we need to stand up against the burning of the Quran. And that's because a book is knowledge. The burning of books is a symbol of totalitarianism. It's a symbol of oppression. It's not an expression of freedom or of peace. It is a symbol of oppression. It's a symbol of the oppression by the Mongols when they invaded Baghdad in 1258. It's a symbol of oppression by Hitler when he attacked the Jews, when he burnt books in public. It's a symbol of oppression by Putin against the LGBTQ plus community and against any form of freedom of expression. Burning books is not a symbol of peace or of freedom. It's a symbol of oppression. And I think Erasmus Paludan needs to take that to heart and think very carefully before he takes out a Quran and burns it again for the third time.